okay? Because people get to this test and this commitment to martial arts, okay, that a lot of people just can't do it. They just fail. It takes a year, okay, and you have to log, okay? First of all, you have to blog about 200 words a week about your journey, okay? Not only that, there's 36,500 push-ups or sit-ups in a year's time logged, 1,000 miles running or walking logged every day, 1,000 good deeds, whether it be opening a door, okay, helping somebody put grocery bags in their cart, helping a mother with their kids, whatever the case may be, logged, 10 self-help books, okay, 100 mentoring hours, you taking on a little brother or a little sister, okay, of a year's time, okay. I did it, okay. You know how much of a life change it is to get up every morning and run a mile on the treadmill? That was never me, okay. Now if I miss it, guess what? I freak out because it was part of me now. It's a life change, okay. Just like my walk with God has been life changing, okay. I'm a baby Christian. Okay, I came within 2 months of my black belt test. Okay, total defense was what it is. I do Muay Thai kickboxing. Okay, there's also Jeet Kune Do, which is Bruce Lee. There is Savat, which is French kickboxing. There's Krav Maga, which is Israel Special Forces. And it's all self-defense. Okay, I'm not a violent person. Okay, I don't go out in big fights. I'm quiet. Okay, I'm humble. I mean, I'm you know, just, I don't know, I'm not outgoing, outspoken. So a lot of people are shocked when they find out that I do this, but put a set of gloves on me, put me on the mat, and guess what? Okay, something just comes alive. All right, just comes alive. Just like the day when I gave myself to Christ with Woody. Okay, just came alive. It was just incredible. So 2 months from my black belt test, Jamie, okay, my black belt, my mentor, says to me, "It's time for your wild card." Wild card. He says, "Yeah, you knew there was one in the test." Okay, he says, "I know you're close to testing for your black belt in Muay Thai." He says, "Your test is to get a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu." Okay, now blue belt guys in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu takes 100 hours of training time. There's a whole series of moves, which are basically the basics, that you have to know. Then you have to test under Professor Pedro Sauer, who actually grew up and trained with the Gracies in Brazil. Okay, he's an 8th degree black belt, only one of a handful. Okay, test with him sitting you're sitting right in front of you, him doing the moves on the ground, okay, and he judges and either gives you your blue belt or not, and he actually signs a blue belt, your belt with the year on it that he awarded you. So I'm thinking, I just went through almost a year's worth of all this stuff, and now it takes a year to get 100 hours of training time in. What am I going to do? Okay, I'm like, I might as well just give up. Okay, and no, couldn't give up. A friend of mine, one of my big brothers in martial arts, okay, watches his daughter on the weekends. His wife works at the hospital. Okay, he said he was willing to come in Saturday afternoons and work 3 hours every Saturday with me to get my 100 hours of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and training. So the owner gave us a key to the martial arts academy. Every Saturday afternoon we were in there training. Okay, and he had his baby girl either in her holder, her seat, or on his arm, on his knees on the mat, okay, training me, and somebody else came with us, a guy named Kevin, who was also training for his blue belt, came in, okay, and sacrificed the Saturday afternoons to help me get to my goal, okay, and that was just phenomenal. That's another lesson I learned becoming a servant leader, okay, which I am now. I am a servant leader, okay. I did it in 5 months. I did years worth of training in 5 months. Okay, my body was screaming. Okay, my mind was just, and it was a slow progress. 2 moves a day, 2 moves every Saturday we learned. Just 2, doing it for 3 hours. Saturday after that, do those 2 moves, sit there and go to 2 more. It was a slow progression. It was a slow work, and it was commitment. And Pedro Sauer came in April of last year, and I proceeded to sit there and take my blue belt test and pass with flying colors. And one of his people that were with him testing said that the 2 of us were probably what he saw were the most technical on the mat, which is just a blessing because it was Chris's doing, helping us. Then came my black belt test, which is 1 week, 3 hours a day, every day, sparring with 50 people, going through everything you know, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, like I said, Savat, Krav Maga, okay? And then at the end of the week, okay, it's either say it's yes or no, you earned your black belt. Okay? And as you can see, with God's grace and love, what I wear around my waist. Okay? It taught me discipline, commitment. Okay? It taught me that nothing in this life comes easy. Okay? The trials and tribulations I went through, injuries, shoulder, okay, tweaking my knee, tweaking my ankle. Okay, I never gave up. You know how many times I could have just given up and walked away? Saying this is too hard. Okay? And said it's too hard. I didn't. I sat there and got back up, just like God gives us tests and trials every single day. It's easy for us, okay, when we get knocked down, like me missing a kick, and landing on my butt, and landing on my head, it's easy for me to stay down and not get back up. Okay, I refused. Okay, I refused. I got back every single time and continued my walk. And the cross that you see here, for 15 years I've worn it. Okay, and I just recently became a Christ follower. 15 years, this has been God. I'm like tugging on my sleeve. Okay, I had no idea why. Okay, but I wore it every single training hour that I did in that test, and it never broke. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you guys see UFC? You guys ever watch it? The groundwork they do is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So you can imagine with the grabbing, the pulling, the arm bars, okay, plus all the boxing and everything else I did, this never broke. Every single time I went on the mat. Shouldn't you take that off? No. Should you take that off? No. Okay? Because God was blessing me. I realize that now. Okay? All right, so that is my journey, part of my story and part of my journey. Okay? That has brought me to where I am today. And just to let you all know, he's incredible. He's changed my life. And you all have changed my life. Okay, you are my brothers. Okay? My mentors. All right? And without you all, and the trials I've gone over the last year, which are divorced after 25 years, I'd probably be at the bottom of a bottle. Okay? Honestly. So I just want to say thank you, and that's my speech on commitment. Hopefully the words came out properly and I didn't confuse anybody.
Excellent job. Incredible story. So, you know, I was amazed when I heard his story, and he talked about his little brothers. Now he's taking the white belts, the ones that are just starting off on this journey to their black belts or whatever it is. And he says that when he gets out there, he's not looking for people who want to fight. He's looking for somebody who really wants to learn. And he's reaching back with one hand. And so similar to what Will talked about earlier in the year, one hand forward, one hand backwards. Reaching out to a big brother in the front, reaching back to a little brother in the back. I couldn't help but think when he told me that story, man, that has so much application for us. But I want to read you in 1 Timothy 4, verses 7 and 8, actually 7b. And this is where we're going to go today. It says, train yourself to be godly. For physical training is of some value, but godliness, and godliness here is spiritual training, has value for all things, holding promise for both the present life and life to come. And I love what the Message says on the same verses. It says, exercise daily in God. No spiritual flabbiness, please. Workouts in the gymnasium are useful, but a disciplined life in God is far more so, making you fit for both today and forever. You can count on this. Take it to heart.